Hey everybody, it's Larana. It's Thursday with Larana live from the very center of the universe. Can't know Ohio. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. I'm really glad I'm here. And I have some fun stuff to chat about tonight. I hope you're enjoying these, transition to spring. Yay. I've been working in the yard a little bit and, getting everything ready. I have plenty to do out there. But, anyways, without any further ado, let's start the show. I have, some exciting news for some, but so where should I begin? Well, you know what? I'm going to begin with the last show because I kept losing my feed. And, anyways, I'm glad y'all hung in there. But I was talking about these lotion bars, and I woke up, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago thinking I should make more different kinds of lotion bars. So I did lemongrass and eucalyptus and frankincense and sweet orange. And, I had lavender and patchouli and unscented. And what else did I do? I did a couple more. Did I say lemongrass? Oh, peppermint, and I think there's one other one. But anyways, I started to use them. Now I take a lot of baths, so basically exclusively baths. So I have been using the Cosmic Body Bars, which have mango butter, and they're really great, and it makes your skin feel baby soft and all this stuff. So I really didn't use the lotion bars much because I invented them really for mostly my customers that took showers, right? And when your skin's still moist, you put it on, and I used to say too, which I'm not going to say anymore. Well, you don't really need one after you take a bath and you use a Cosmic Body Bar. It's almost overkill. But I've been doing both, and I tell you, I am over the moon about these lotion bars, and I can't wait to. The frankincense one just blew me away the other night. I was like, oh my god! But they're $1. They're the best thing going. And last Saturday, some good customers came in all the way from Chicago. And, I love my Chicago customers. I really do. I have some really great ones out there. But yay. But anyways, they brought their parents. And the mom, I would say, and her name's Pat. I absolutely just love her. Oh no, there's my phone. What's going to happen? It's my friend Will from Connecticut who just placed an order. If I could, it's so funny. Let's get, oh no. I think that's rotate. All right. That's so funny. That was my friend Will, also, a dear friend in Connecticut that's also a Miss Larana user. So he's calling me to talk about an order he just placed, I know. So I'm like, Will, watch the show. And you'll see some of the lotion bars that he's getting in Cosmic Body Bars. But anyways, so they brought their mother, Pat, who I just love already. And she has that really, really thin skin, as many older people get, like tissue paper skin. And if any of you know what I'm talking about, you definitely know. My mother had it, my aunt had it, and I mean, you could bang up against a doorknob, let's say, and just peel your skin back. It's just such a sad situation. And I said, well, you must try these lotion bars, of course. I really think that would be great. But in her presence, has a lot of times it happens, I got a bigger idea to help with this kind of skin. And so today I got on it, and I'm not going to, it's similar to the lotion bars, but there's a couple of extra things in there to combat this really tissue paper skin. And so I'm going to try, I'm not going to tell you what those extra things are right now because I'm going to need testers. And so I don't want to, I just want a blind study or whatever. So you're not going to know what's in it. right now, but I'm going to try one tonight to make sure I got my formula the way I want it. But I'm very excited about this, and I'm going to drop some off to Pat. She's going to be a tester. But if any of you out there have any family or friends, it's usually hits in the 80s, 90s, with that really tissue paper skin. Um, Contact me, come in. If you could bring them, that would be over the top because I'd love to see their skin before and after, but I will give you some free samples so we can test this really good before I release it to the world, right? So anyways, I always appreciate you guys. So that's happening. And that is just, I'm always really happy when uh, I have a new project or, to solve. So that is in place. I also wanted to talk about the uh, Miss Larana's eyelash and brow growing serum. Now it really works. Many of you are on it. And I love it because it's all natural, it's all organic, it has a very alchemical component to it that really helps the lashes. So I used this for 6 months. My lashes were not even like stubs, okay? And I attribute part of that to, my gosh, I probably over 15 years ago when that Latisse first came out, and a girlfriend of mine sent me some, and I used it, and my lashes did grow like incredibly long. But right after I stopped using it, many of them fell out, but they got brittle and thin. And my lashes, honestly, I never had really thick, beautiful lashes, but they were never the same. And so about 6 months ago, I used this serum myself, and my lashes have grown. But about 6 months ago, I stopped because I wanted to see what would happen if I stopped using this. And would my lashes weaken? Would they fall out? Well, any negative side effects? And the answer is no. They stayed as long as they had grown with the product and healthy, and they didn't fall out. So I'm back on it, and I'm gonna go see how long I could really get my lashes. And so I wanted to tell you about that. It's $12 here in the shop, and one of these would probably last, I think, 6 months. I mean, you don't need much, and a little bit goes a long way. I put mine on my nightstand at night, and right before I go to sleep, I just put it right on top, and it kind of hits the top and the bottom lashes, and that's all you need, a very, very thin coat. So I wanted to share the new information on that. And I had to be my own guinea pig on that. But I'm always the first one to try it before I even put it out there. And today I made some more eye roll, which is a very popular product. Now it's good for dark circles under your eyes, puffy eyes, fine lines. It's one of my best-selling products. It's got a lot, 4 really great oils. It has pomegranate oil, cherry seed oil, castor oil, and apricot oil. And then there's sacred blue lotus, helichrysum, uh, uh, sweet alyssum, which is also known as the night's flower, and a quartz crystal in there. But you just roll it on. It's only $10 here in the shop. I sell it like crazy. It really works. And the funny thing is that I don't know when I invented this a couple of years ago, and it was just like the middle of the night, and I was thinking, what can I do for an eye roll? Because somebody must have asked me. That's how a lot of my products are generated. You ask and I create, right? So I was thinking, what would be really great. And what I really heard with my spiritual ears was night's flower with a K, right? It's like the middle of the night, no pun intended, with an N. But I get up, I get my, computer, I Google night's flower because I'm like, I've never heard of that. That's ridiculous. And sure enough, there was a night's flower, and it's also known as sweet alyssum. Okay, but the plot thickens, right? So I'm like, okay, game on. I have, sweet alyssum. I know what that is. And it had to be like the next day or next couple of days. But, on my day off, I was going to get the bottled water that I use, right? On Cleveland, that Technique place or whatever it is. I really like them. They're across from the post office and the highway. But anyways, I took a wrong turn because, and I went down this alley to go there the back way. I'd never done that before. And sure enough, I passed this house and it has all this sweet alyssum, tons of the sweet alyssum like I've never seen before. And I'm trying to remember the timeline. So I think, oh yeah, I think this is when I got the download from the plant, and then a couple of days later I found it, and it was exactly what I needed. But so, anyways, the night's flower, I asked, just myself, right? Oh, why is it named night's flower? I don't understand it. And the information I was, that I got was from the great universe of information, my own Google system, right? It said that in ancient times, that when there was actually nights and they were on the road, they would seek out this sweet alyssum and they would sleep on it like a mattress. And the not only was it, nice and comforting, but the flower itself would heal them as they slept. And that blew my mind. And the sweet alyssum that I knew was, their annuals, and you could see them around pots, and they can grow pretty big, but they're not that bushy like a mattress, right? So back to get my water, I took that wrong turn, and sure enough, I saw these mounds of sweet alyssum like I've never seen before in my life. You could sleep on them. It was beyond, wild. And I was like, oh my gosh, there they were. So I knocked on those people's door, and they're the nicest people. And they said, sure, take some. And I ended up getting a tour of their home and their garden, and they had so many exotic, unusual flowers. And so every year I've been invited back, welcome back to pick that special strain of sweet alyssum, because it's a very unusual strain. But I can confirm that's, very much like what those knights of old slept on. So that is in this formula. It's really great. It really works. It's just a wonderful product. And lastly, I wanted to talk about First Step. Now, why did I name it First Step? Because technically, after you wash your face, it's the first step. I should say it's like the second step. But anyways, I called it First Step, and we're going to roll with that. But it's just a roll-on. And the story behind this is a very good customer asked me, a couple of years ago, do you have something that, antimicrobial, it closes the pores, it beautifies, it does all this stuff? And I said, well, let me see what I could come up with. And sure enough, I came up with this product, and it's wonderful. And it has ylang-ylang in there. I'm trying to remember now. It has, oh gosh, let me see if I have my glasses. It's it's ylang ylang. There's myrrh in there, which is antimicrobial. The ylang ylang really beautifies the skin. And what is that third one I had in there? La 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 la. Let's see. Oh, it's got the little lemon in there too. That was it. And that really, it tightens the pores too. So it's really great that way. It's got cucumber oil and rose hips and Miss Larana's wild red roses from my private garden in there. Anyways, it is wonderful, hydrating, and it really sets the stage for your next Miss Lorana steps, which is usually, one of your balms, the fruit balm, or one of the balms, or the on top of that the base camp. But this is really great. It's $12. This little guy would last probably 6 months. It's almost the first times that I've used it, I had to roll it on my hand to make sure that anything was even coming out of there because it's just very, very light. And but it's there and it works. And then also some people love this so much that they just use this, and that's okay too. As you know, a lot of Miss Lorana's products are interchangeable and you can find your own ways of using them. Anyways, that's the show. I love you guys. And I'm here Thursday, Fridays, 1 to 7, Saturdays and Sundays, noon to 6. Pop on in and say hi, and I'd love to see you. But anyways, keep enjoying. The weather's supposed to be better Friday and Saturday. And, March is a great month, really. It's just all over the place. And I like it, but I also like it because it's a bridge to what is coming. So take care, have a good evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, and I'm also loading this up onto YouTube too now, and it lasts 30 days on my show on the Facebook, but you can always watch it forever on YouTube. All right, love you guys. Have a great night.